Hello, everybody. Hello.
Help him now, guys.
I think I've lost Samara. Not quite sure. Welcome to the Simply Together show. I'm here today hosting with the lovely Samara. How are you doing, Samara?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm buzzing. I am so excited. I am just going to be like this all the whole show, and I can't apologize for that because sorry, go on.
Can I just make a disclaimer? I still am on summer holidays. I have 2 children in the house, so if you hear anything, it's my kids. They probably will mash up something downstairs, but that's just how it is. Just letting you know.
And they can come and join us. It's fine.
Do that, but just to let you know, if you see 2 little heads pop in here or there, then I have got 2 kids at home. So yeah.
This is life. And this is what we're doing. So why am I excited today? I am not, like I said, I'm not going to apologize. I am going to be excited. I will most probably cry at some point, but that is fine because our guest today is the lovely Francoise Baptiste, who's my cousin. She's my cousin, so I'm going to be blushing and I'm going to be all of it. So Fran has come on here today to tell us about her journey to becoming a teacher and to tell us where she is now and what that's like. So, hello, Fran.
Hello. Hi, everyone. How are we all?
We're all good.
Good. Shall I just get started or?
Tell everybody where you are right now.
So currently I am teaching in Dubai. I'm teaching in a really good school, and my friend is here as well, so I'm not doing it alone, luckily, but I've actually plucked up the courage. I took a lot of wise words and the bravery from the family and the Terrelongs and the Baptistes and the Baxters to say, go on, Fran, you can do it. Let's go. So here I am teaching in Dubai.
And this is Dubai, the other side of the world.
Hold on one second.
So she's there in the class. She's in one of the classrooms and she's just finished teaching. So she might also have little heads popping in and out, just like Samara has got. I think she's doing something else. So she's in Dubai, million miles away, has left Luton and taken this big, massive step and is now a teacher over in Dubai. Mm-hmm. So in a minute, we'll get her back, I think. See, this is live TV. So where are those children to come? Oh, she's back.
Sorry, I'm back. Hello.
So, as I said, you're over in Dubai. How did you decide to become a teacher? What was that process?
So it was mainly from dancing, because I've been dancing for years, like since from the womb, basically. Because my older sister, shout out to Monique, let's go. She was dancing, so it kind of just started from there because I've had a love for dancing, and then I got to a stage where the dance teachers were saying to me, "Oh, Fran, could you teach this sequence to these guys? Could you teach this sequence to those guys?" So it kind of stemmed from then, really. And then I got into gymnastics coaching as well. So I've kind of always had a kind of love for educating, whether that be sports or dance, gymnastics, other things outside of the classroom, really. And then when I got to sixth form, I thought, yeah, let me do this for real now. If I've been doing it for a few years at gymnastics, but doing it at dance, let's just go in and like make that decision. And the majority of my teachers at sixth form were saying, yeah, you'd be an excellent teacher. And then there was one who was just like, I'm not really sure if the world is like ready for you to be a teacher yet. Maybe you just need to think about it for a few years. So then that didn't affect what I was hoping for and what I was like thinking of doing. I still was going to be a teacher anyway, because I thought if I've got the love for it, if I've got the grades for it, if I can do it, and then other people are telling me that I can do it, and I have been doing it in other areas. I don't know what her issue was with me, but hey, Wanda, I don't know what her issue was with me and becoming a teacher, but I think it was because I was so young at the time. So we were like 16, 17 at the time. So when I said, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, straight away when that happened, that she said it to the majority of the people were like, oh, yeah, maybe you're just a bit too young to be a teacher right now. You don't know what you want. And they're teachers that are meant to be, and professors in sixth form that are meant to be helping us with those choices that we make. But because we were so young, she said it to quite a few of us. They were like, oh, yeah, maybe you don't need to be doing that. Maybe you need to go outside and do a few things more and explore the world before you really want to decide whether you want to be a teacher or not. So that was that happened to me at sixth form, but it didn't change what I wanted to do. And I'm kind of glad that I've ignored whatever she said, pulled it out of the bag and got like...
Yeah, hold on. So that... Samara most probably will agree with me as well. That is where some young people would then make a whole different change, go down the wrong route, or do a career that they don't necessarily want to do because that one teacher has then said, oh, not really sure, maybe not ready for you. How is that? That's not right.
Mm-hmm. And being a professor and a teacher themselves, it's just completely doing a 180 on what they're actually supposed to be doing. If you're a teacher, you're meant to be educating and helping those to become what they want to be. But by saying, I'm not really sure, that's one, putting your personal opinion there, and you're not really supporting them, and it's not helping them at all. If you have an inkling that something's wrong or they shouldn't be doing it, then you need to be like, why don't we work together on how you can get there? And these are the steps that you need to take, rather than just being like, actually, no, don't do that. Go here and do something else. It doesn't make any sense, especially as a teacher. So, yeah, it was, yeah.
Were you going to say something, Samara?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, so from that, what was your process into going into teaching in the UK, and then the shift into Dubai, if that makes sense, if my question makes sense to you, like from the UK to Dubai?
So I applied to a few universities in the UK, like Birmingham, Derby. I got a few offers as well. And I chose to go to Birmingham City. They gave me an unconditional offer. And I thought, actually, it's not too far from home. It's only an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So if anything, it's just a car ride. It's just a train journey home. So I chose to do that for those 3 years and just stay out there and live out there, and then came back from like the holidays, half terms, weekends, and those kinds of things, because I thought actually I could get a lot more out of my experience if I move away, because I'm quite a homebody anyway, as my family know. Like, I love being at home, I love my family, I love spending time with them. So I wanted to push myself out of the boat, and like I said, I had like the support of my family to be like, yeah, go and do it. Like, you need to go and have this independence and live by yourselves and live with other people and work out who you are out of Luton, out of your family life, work out who you are, meet new people, actually fend for yourself, cook dinner and do this and do that, and having to do your shopping, and you have to do this and you have to do that. Those kinds of things that you don't do when you're a child, because you've got your family and your parents to do that for you. So they said to kind of push the boat up and not be too far from home, which I'm kind of happy about. And then what kind of spurred me on, so for the job in Dubai, during university, myself and my two friends who are also teachers, we traveled quite a lot in our half terms, because obviously we did teaching as a degree. We were really excited for the times when we could go out and explore and go on holiday and go here and go there. So we actually thought, why not? We know how teaching is. We know what teaching life is. It doesn't change from where you are. Why not only just educate children in the UK or the children in your hometown, why not do all children everywhere? So we kind of thought of that idea in my second year of university, and then it kind of not like fizzled out, but it was just like a thing, like 2 years we would then do it after we finished, because we're going to move home, be comfortable in our schools, and then once we're in it, within the routine, we know what teaching's like, then we can go and be like, yeah, let's do it. So that happened, but after 3 years because of lockdown. And I'm glad, because I got an extra year at home, got an extra year with my family, and lockdown was such a big turnaround for a lot of people's lives. So for me to then go to Dubai when I originally planned, I might not have been able to come home for those Christmases and see my family as much as I would have done if COVID didn't happen. But I'm glad that I chose Dubai. It's a lovely place. It's lovely to live. Like, the lifestyle is crazy. But I've only been here just over 2 weeks, but I'm really enjoying it and I'm loving it so far.
So before you went to Dubai, you was teaching at St Joseph's in Luton. So what was it like going to teach at a school that you went to?
It was lovely. It was really, really lovely. As soon as I came in for my interview, St Joseph's was my primary school, I stepped through the building and it all just brought back those memories, those happy childhood memories that I had at the school. And the first person that I saw was my year 3 teacher, and she went, Francoise Baptiste, and knew me instantly and was like, what are you doing here? I've heard that you're here for an interview. Like, we really hope that you get it. It's so nice to see you, and all those kinds of things. So as soon as I walked through the door and that happened, I was like, yeah, this is where I need to be. And I'm very grateful and very happy that I got the job, because I've met some really lovely people, and I've now like instilled the love that I got from the school again to the children there, which was a really lovely thing to happen, really.
That's lovely. That is just, yeah, that's lovely. We've got Patricia Isaiah is here. She said, good afternoon, Miss Baptiste. We've got your auntie on there, Wanda. We've got Mum is on there. Jenny, she's watching, and I'm pretty sure I've just seen a WhatsApp message from Monique, who's also watching you, and then just come on, so proud of my bestie from Rem is there watching you as well. So what's it like teaching children, young children? Because it's not something that I think I could do. That's not my thing. What's it like?
Every day, every hour, every minute is different than the night before. Hello, is that Rem?
Come quickly.
Come in. I've got my pajamas on.
Then just bend down.
Wait, I can my head. So lovely. Yeah, it's not for everyone. You have to have a lot of patience. So I teach early years, so that means the children are 4 and 5. So they're really, really young. You're trying to teach them how to be a human, how to live in society, what choices to make, your morals, as well as the educational stuff like your number bond, your maths, your addition, your subtraction. But also the main thing for me when I'm teaching is teach them to be a good person, because when they get older, you need to have it as a basic. You need to just know that's how it is. That's how you are with people. And if you treat golden rule, all those kinds of things, you treat others how you want to be treated. So I try and instill that in my kids. But like I said, every minute of every day is completely different. You can really see the growth from the children, especially when they've come from nursery. Like I've been here in this school just for 2 days with the children now, and already I can see what a good job the other nursery teachers have done, and they've also instilled those kind of choices, those morals, those kind of behaviors in the children from before, as well as the parents like working together, which just makes it a lot easier for us to mold them into the people that are going to be in our society. But my classroom is very loud, it's very colourful, and it's all a lot to do with the children, their interests, because this isn't for me to be here. This is for them to feel like a safe and comfortable place. So they need to have their own influence on the classroom, because it's where they're going to spend the majority of their days. And I need to be that comfortable and safe person for them, so that they can feel like as soon as you walk into the class, I'm here, I'm happy, I'm safe, I know I'm going to have a good day, and I know I can be myself here. So that's what I kind of try and get in my classroom.
That's amazing. And also, would you say you have any advice for anyone who wants to get into teaching? So if anyone's watching now and they're thinking, oh, I could potentially teach, but they're umming and ahhing about it, like what advice would you give them? Because obviously you had quite a bad experience of the teacher or somebody saying that you maybe weren't ready, but if you could be that one person that could kind of block out that for someone else, then what would you say to them?
I say do it. I think teaching is a tough job. Every day is different. Every day is quite difficult. But if you have that love and that passion to want to instill that kind of love of learning for children, do it. We need more teachers. We need teachers that want to be there, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, because this is not what the world is like anymore. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So if you want to do and become a teacher, we'd be happy. We'd welcome you. The teacher community would welcome you with open arms. And I can't tell you and stress enough, like the colleagues that I've made and met that have been such like an important part of my journey, because we are in this together, and you're not alone. You're not alone in this community. So it's a lovely thing that you need to. Oh, I'm just looking at the comments pop up, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of questions. So Wanda, Auntie, has asked, what was it like teaching during the pandemic?
I quite enjoyed teaching in the pandemic. So I did online learning, and I thought, because of all the uncertainty going on in the world, the fact that the world was literally locked down, no one could go anywhere, it was nice that I was online 4 times a day. Bearing in mind they're 4, so that's quite a lot, and a lot for the parents, but it gave the children a chance to see their friends again. They didn't have a clue what was going on in the world. They don't know about COVID and lockdown and things. You can explain it to them as much as you can, but that understanding might not be as strong as ours because they are so little. But the fact that I was able to provide them coming to see their friends and me, and just a familiar face when they were locked inside, it was a really nice chance that I had. The teaching itself was quite intense because we had to record our lessons. We had the parents watching the lessons, every lesson, because they are so little. And then a lot more had to be done because we couldn't just access the things that we usually would and the resources in the classroom. There was a lot of researching, even more so, lots of websites, lots of videos, lots of things that parents can do, signing up for different schemes and different websites, giving parents logins so that they can then find the things that we would naturally have on our laptop and we know that we just do anyway. But it was giving more of a chance to the parents to then do that. But I found that my parents really enjoyed the learning and were very appreciative. I got so many messages. I was saying this to my sister. We got so many messages and kind words from parents because they realised how tough it is to be a teacher. And bearing in mind, that's them with their one child, let alone, and their own child, let alone us with 30 children in the class. But it was nice for the parents to show their appreciation a lot more. And I hope that continues, because it is easy for you parents to kind of just dismiss all the things that happen in the classroom, and how it doesn't just stop when the children leave at 3:30. I've been up doing work ridiculous amounts of time, leaving work at 6:30, getting to work for 7:30 and 7:00, and having full hours, and then going home, eating dinner, and then continuing to do work afterwards. So it was nice for the parents to appreciate all the work that we did when it was locked down.
Yeah, I can definitely vouch and say that with the whole lockdown and stuff like that, I definitely appreciated teachers so much more, because obviously, you know, my daughter, but she's going into year 2 in September. And it's just mind blowing. And then my son starts at the school next September. So it's just so quick. But, you know, with this whole process and people looking after, you know, we trust us as parents, we trust the teachers enough to send our children to school every day, and we trust these teachers with our children. But to see the amount of work that goes in to and that was only a fraction of what we saw in the lockdown, really, because we're not in school on a day-to-day basis with our children 5 days a week. So yeah, with the lockdown, I was like, I don't actually know how teachers do this. I'm like, phonics, oh my gosh, this, oh my gosh, what's that? And I'm having to like teach myself as I go along, because, you know, even when lockdown happened, you know, Araya was literally in reception, and then I think it was reception. She was still in reception when lockdown happened. Like, she didn't have much of a reception at all. Or was it year 1? She didn't have much. Either way, it was just terrible. Like, she didn't have the greatest start to school life because of the lockdown, but still I could appreciate teachers so much more because of seeing like how much work actually goes into teaching our children, and actually the importance of us as parents doing stuff at home as well. And you can always tell the difference in a child's growth when a parent's involved in their learning and when they're not. So that's just an encouragement for parents, like read with your children, write with your children, and teach your children at home, because it's not just up to the teachers. I mean, they've got a job to do, but so do we. So yeah, I'll just encourage, and it does make the teachers' jobs easier anyway if we're doing more and pulling our weights at home. So yeah.
I think the listening to you talk about teaching during the pandemic, obviously I have grown children, so I don't know what was going on. So, you know, I've heard people that I used to work with, oh, well, the teachers are not doing anything, you know, they're just doing it all online. They haven't really got much to do. And actually, you're sitting there explaining how much research and different resources you had to then, you know, use and find from nowhere. It's not like being in the classroom and being able to have everything you need at hand. But I think the other thing is that there are parents who will sit with their children and read and write and everything else. There must be parents that just send their children to school and don't take any notice of what's going on. What do you do with them?
Yeah, it's true. There's a comment, as well. Some parents believe it is up to the school to teach everything, manners, etc., how important it is for the parents to be more involved. It is really important for us as parents to pull our weight in general. You know, I send a Raya to school with the knowledge that she has basic manners and just who she is as a child. And her school reports have come back saying if the whole class was full of Arayas, that would be an amazing class, you know. So for me as a mother, that's such a nice thing to hear. But who wouldn't want to hear nice things about their children? And we must push and you know, plant positivity into our children, because the world is a scary place. It really, really is. And where we can't be with our children, we still need them to have the basics, like the manners. Because, you know, if you don't have manners for somebody, someone could look at that as a seriously offensive thing as well. We must teach our children. We must. It's not just up to the teachers. And we are so grateful for, well, I'm definitely grateful for teachers, but we should be so grateful for them. And especially the pandemic, we should have been even more grateful for them, because it's not easy. It's really not easy.
And there was like so much uncertainty with like the pandemic, that when there was so much going on in other people's personal lives, the teachers' personal lives, partners, parents, and their workload, if they were a nurse or whatever, those kinds of things. When I was during lockdown and things, we knew someone, and we knew lots of people that had COVID, and my mum was really ill with COVID and was hospitalized with COVID, and I still was there the next day doing the 4 lessons a day, and the parents didn't have a clue. So it's not even like they don't see what more we have and what lives we have after that, because we're still focusing on the child and the children that we have in the school.
But then I think the other thing is that we need to get across to parents, to the, you know, the world as a whole. School doesn't finish at 3:30 for you. School doesn't start at 5 to 9 for you. As you've said, there are times where you are doing work and you don't leave till 6:30. You're then having something to eat and then you're working again. I think there still is that view that you have how many, 6 weeks holiday in the summer and all of that. They still believe that that's what happens, and that isn't the case. And we need to get that out there so that people actually know that teachers are working far more than what they actually think they are. We've got a couple of questions from Nike. So Nike says, so the school that you're at now, is it an international school?
Yes. Yeah, it's a private international school. Yeah.
Okay. And then she says, do you think there should be an age cap? I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Nike? She might come back and message us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure on the age cap, because there are obviously like certain ages, like 4 to 5, 6 to 7 for like the year groups. But no, I'm not sure on that.
I don't know. Sharon Hill. Hello, Sharon. How you doing? Sharon works for, I don't want to say, I think it's First Start. I think that's what they are. So she says that it starts from the womb, hearing voices, reading, singing to our children. And that's the development that children need before they even get to school. And again, I do believe Flying Star. Thanks, Sharon. That's where she works, Flying Star. I do, you know, there are still going to be parents that will do that. And then there are still some parents that don't. And they're just waiting to send their kids. And then you have to educate them.
It's completely understandable, those parents that are working 12-hour shifts. When they get home, the child's already in bed or it's bath time and those kinds of things. But you don't have to separate the two. As soon as you get in from work or when you're cooking dinner, you could just sit with them whilst the pasta's cooking and read a story, or put number blocks on and sit with them. It's not even we're asking them to sit down and do the homework with them. Just spend time and making them feel like education is fun and that you don't have to do it. Hello. And that you don't have to just do it in school. You can do it outside of school as well. Let's just show the love for education, really, the love for learning. As I think as adults, everybody says that you learn something new every day. And might not even be in your job role. That's just life itself. But that's what you kind of need to instill, and like parents to try and instill in their children as well.
Okay. The question for Nikke was, is there an age cap on new teachers?
Sorry, carry on.
Is there an age cap, or should there be an age cap on new teachers? So I suppose as soon as you come out of uni, is it okay to start as a teacher then, or should there be some life experience?
I personally think, especially going through what I have done, going from university straight into teaching was the best thing that I could have done, because I was fresh in the curriculum. I was fresh from teaching. I had all of this knowledge that I had from the university lectures and all the assignments that I did. I went in ready and full pelt, and I was ready for the education and ready for the teaching life. It would have been a different story if I would have went and had a year off, or I went to travel, or I went here, or I went there, because then you kind of get out of the swing of things. I was already in a routine and I was already in education. I feel like I can still do and see the world. Like I'm now teaching in Dubai. That the fact that I didn't have a year to go traveling doesn't mean that I can't ever do that. I'm doing it now. I'm traveling in Dubai. Who knows? I might go to this school, has lots of links in the other places in the world. So I could be transferred and asked to go to Vietnam. I could ask to go to Hong Kong. Like it doesn't limit my learning and where I am, really.
Wow. We've got a question from Marva, another auntie. When you were at uni, did they prepare you for the long hours that you need to commit to be a teacher?
That's a really good question. When we were on placement, they did 100%, because when you're on placement, you spend 2 months, 3 months in a school, and each university does it differently, but you have a teaching placement every year, and the workload and the hours go up. So you'd be teaching 50% in your first year, 75%, and then like 90% in your third year, which is basically 4 lessons a day, and then you'll have 1 lesson where you're not teaching. Not necessarily that they prepare you, but when you're in that setting with the other colleagues, and they'll be saying, right, so what we need to do here is X, Y, and Z. I'm happy to stay with you after school if you need a little bit of a hand to try and help us. It depends on what school you're in. Sometimes they don't do that, and the colleagues, but you kind of know really once you're in a school what life is like. And that's the same with everyone. I know that my stepdad was saying that he didn't realize how much work we have had to do, having both daughters as teachers, until he saw us. And you are oblivious. You just think, yep, it's 9 till 3, but until you're in that setting or know somebody who is in that setting, that is what you'll continuously feel like.
Wow. We're coming to the end. So you'll be able to go and do some work. It's been fantastic having you here, but talking about what teachers do, but also talking about what is possible. The fact that any young person who's out there watching can go do their qualifications. They can go and work in their local school. They can go and work the other side of the world. I mean, I think that's so important for people to know that you can. Oh no, we've been told no, we don't need to end yet.
Also, sorry, but it's also really inspiring for anyone, like I said, who probably thinks, oh, I'd really like to teach, but X, but Y, but Z, and look at the opportunity now that's coming in, you know, into your reach for you. And did you think that when you started this teaching thing years ago that you was going to then come and be a teacher in Dubai? I highly doubt you thought that was going to be the case, but what I mean by when you push and when you work on yourself and when you are serious about your passion and what you are passionate about, these are the types of things that can be at your disposal. Like, you're a teacher in Dubai. Has that even registered in your own mind? Because it hasn't in mine. I haven't even known you very long, and I met you at the school. So for me, when I said, oh yeah, what school are you going to be at? Oh, Dubai. I was like, what? Like, it was a shock to me. So I'm like, wow, has that even registered for you?
It still hasn't. Even meeting my children today and like seeing my name on the door and decorating my classroom, it still doesn't feel like I live here. And it's going to take a while to get used to. But I think once I'm in the swing of things, it's going to be amazing. I know that I've got the family and friends that I have at home. If anything goes wrong, I'm just a flight away. I'm literally just a flight away. And I know that, yeah, I've got a good support system at the school as well. Lovely friends that I've met so far. And my best friend is here as well. So she's still a little bit of home with me. So it's nice that I have that. Very nice. But I was not expecting it at all. It's still not sunk in. Definitely not. Even my little name card. I was buzzing when I got it. I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. But yeah, still not sunk in.
Does that make it real then? Now you've got your name card.
Yeah, definitely. It made it real. Like when I got off the plane, emotions were so high, so high. And it just felt like a holiday. It's not until I've been in school that it's been like, actually, this is going to be my life for a little while. I don't know how long, who knows, but it's starting to sink in a little bit.
There's so many like encouraging comments as well. There's one from Jenny Baxter saying, love you, Fran, we are also proud of you, you are so inspiring, keep going, girl. I think someone mentioned that the schools need more teachers like you. Our school will miss Fran so much, an amazing dedicated teacher and just amazing, love you. You rock, lady. Like, people are just really encouraged and inspired by you, so that's a massive thing to take from the situation as well. You know, you started in Luton and now you're in Dubai. It's like, okay, you know, that's amazing. That's a really amazing achievement. And like I said, and like you said, it's going to take a while to sink in, but you deserve it. You know, you've worked hard towards that.
Thank you. When I was telling my family and my friends that I'd got the job and that I was moving here, it didn't feel like a big thing, you know? But now, like, hearing other people's words and like actually thinking of what has happened in the past and the steps it's taken me to get here and all the hard work that I've put in, now I'm like, actually, it's a good thing. I'm glad that I'm here and I know that I've worked hard. And if that's what people want to do, you can do that. Like, it's so easy for people to like dismiss straight away from the get-go, but if you put your mind to it and you want that, then don't put a ceiling on your life, Dee. Exactly that. That's what we've been, exactly that. Don't put a ceiling on life.
So true. They say the world is your oyster, and I really didn't understand that, but I feel like even listening to your story, it's like you really did take that to like the next level. Like, the world really is your oyster, and you are literally the walking proof of that for us, you know, because I've not heard this kind of thing before. Obviously, I know people move out to different countries for work and stuff, but for it to be so close to home, someone I've met myself, and now you're in another country teaching and stuff, is like, wow, you know. And it's a typical thing where if she can do it, I'm sure I can do it, or, you know, so it's really encouraging, it's really inspiring. It really, really is.
And that's what it is getting that out there, isn't it? So that the young people that we know, especially where we live, the young people who live in Luton, you know, because Luton gets such a bad rep all the time. Actually, there's lots of good going on there, and people are going and doing lots of different things. And we have one of our own who is now teaching in Dubai. I mean, yeah, what, you know. See, I've just, so Samara read out Jenny's. So Jenny is Fran's mum.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
Yeah, so when you read that, I'm just like, oh my God, see, the tears are coming. But yeah, it's just there's just so many nice things, you know. You, as your auntie said, Marva, you are an amazing role model for young people, not just with going and working in Dubai, but the work that you've done before, you know, doing teaching for the gymnastics, teaching for dance, you know, all the way from there. That's where this all goes to. It's not just only what you're doing now, because you have supported so many young children along the way that, yeah, you're now just doing even more good work. I ain't got nothing else to say. I can't.
Thank you, guys. I honestly really appreciate your kind words and your messages. Oh, honestly, it's touched my heart. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Sharing with us as well, because like I said, this is like the real talk show. This is about real stuff that takes place. Even when I first started hosting on here, I was like, well, the kids are going to be running up and down X, Y, and Z. They were like, but this is how real it is. This is life. Yeah. You know, so the fact that you've shared your story and where you've come from and where you are now, it's onwards and upwards, you know, and you've shown that. So yeah, we really appreciate you coming on, and I actually wish you the best of luck, you know, on your journey, even though you left. You know, he's going to teach Azari next year, but whatever.
Thank you, Samara.
You'll be back in a couple of months when you've settled in. We're going to get you back on, and then you can tell us, you know, give us an update. And before we came on, everybody and Dee, we were talking about podcasts, weren't we? You can sit there and say nothing. So hopefully there's going to be some kind of regular update that Fran's going to put together, aren't you?
When was this discussed?
Blogs. That's what it was, not podcast.
Yes.
Listen, I don't know the difference. I have no clue
or whatever it's called. There could potentially be one. I did a little TikTok as like on the way here and like on the plane and when I got to the hotel, but just as like a memory that I can always have on like the first day, like the process of it all. Potentially, who knows? It could be a vlog somewhere.
Let us know, because we'll put it all out there. Yes, see, there you go. Simply Deez. Yes, I think Fran needs a podcast or a blog of her experience.
I'll agree as well. Sorry, but I agree.
It's only going to be you guys listening anyway, but that's fine.
You don't know that. You never know who's watching. You don't know who's watching now.
That's
exactly.
You never know ever. So yeah.
We'll see.
Everything touches at least one person.
Yeah.
Whatever you put out there, you might think to yourself, no one's going to watch this, no one's going to read this, you know, all of that. It's always going to touch one person. And that's all you need to start with, is that one person. And then it just grows from there. So yes, it might just be all of us family looking at your blog and what have you, but then it will go out and there will be others.
Yeah, well, it could potentially be on the cards. Who knows? Keep a lookout on my TikTok.
I don't even know how to use TikTok, but I didn't say that. Anyway, have you got anything else to ask Fran, Samara, before we finish up?
No, just a little bit more encouragement. That I think you're amazing, and thank you for sharing your story with us. Because like I said, you don't know who's watching. You could be, someone who wants to teach and is questioning themselves, doubting themselves. You may have just been the turning point for that person. So yeah, just thank you for coming on, and best of luck. All the best on your journey. Stay safe, and yeah, looking forward to hearing more.
Thank you. Like, I honestly do really appreciate the words and like the comments that everybody has made. It's definitely makes a difference to how I'm feeling and how I felt with all my experience. But I'm very grateful and I appreciate the words. And I wish your little ones all the best in their learning journey. It's going to be weird not seeing them every morning, but I want to wish them all the best and a lot of love.
Do you want to say bye, Ray?
Bye.
See you. Bye, darling.
So the same, you know, what can I say? Everybody else has said the same things. You know, Marva just put, well done for following your dreams. Others will take inspiration from you, and they will. You know, as much as you're saying, you know, nobody's going to watch and nobody's going to do, they will. People, you know, young people will take inspiration from what you've done. They will see what you've done and they'll hear, you know, as family, we're a large family in Luton, and everyone, you know, we will tell everybody, oh, Fran's in Dubai, Fran's in Dubai. It then goes out, it then gets shared, and people will know that actually my child could also do the same thing. I could support my child to do that. So thank you for coming on. I am just feeling really emotional. It's just lovely to see you, lovely to hear, and for you to share, you know, your journey that you've had and where it's taken you for now, because the world is your oyster. You know, you're now part of international teaching.
Yeah.
Who knows where you're going to go next?
Also, just to encourage you with your TikTok, because that's like one of the biggest platforms at the moment, and I love things like that, like a day in a life videos. Like I literally love watching them on TikTok, and I know a lot of people do, like a day and I think I saw a man actually who teaches in a primary school in Dubai on there, and he's, you know, posting about his day as a teacher in Dubai after moving from somewhere in the UK. So, you know, you may think, oh, no one's going to watch, but actually, especially on TikTok, people like actually go out looking for those kinds of videos, like a day in a life video, or a day in a life as a teacher in Dubai. So I just encourage you to kind of maybe even look at that, because they're short and snappy as well, so it won't take up too much of people's time, and it's easy for them to just flick through, and then your audience will grow as well. So yeah, I'll just encourage you with your TikTok, definitely.
Because I definitely looked at a few of those videos, like a day in a life, when I was on TikTok, and it was kind of just gave me like an inkling of what to expect and what was kind of going on here. So they were really informative, quite helpful as well. But who knows, guys? I'll let you know if I have any updates.
Well, Shelley's just put that she will get your TikTok and she will add it to our Simply Deez newsletter, so that people can then have these updates.
Thank you guys.
Love you. Let you go and do your job. We will have you back in a couple of months, and just love you and wish you all the best. Okay,
thank you. Love you guys. Take care. Thank you everybody for your kind words. Bye.
Yeah. Oh, I just love it. Okay. Wow. It just makes me think, you know, I'm sat in Luton right now, and do I want to be? No, just pack up me and the kids and go teach somewhere. That's what I want to go do. It's just amazing. It's literally amazing. But she's worked so hard to get to that place.
Yeah, exactly.
That can do, because it's not like, you know, she's not saying, oh yeah, basically one morning and it was just handed to me. No, she's been a dance teacher, she's been a gymnastics teacher, she's gone out, she's worked, and I've been witness to that, because she worked at a school that my child goes to. She's an amazing teacher, you know. So yeah, it's the proof's in the fruits. That's what they say biblically. The proof is in your fruits. So seeing what she's done and the impact she's had on other people's children and a school in general, it's just amazing to see. So yeah,
it is. It's wonderful. It is wonderful.
I know her mum might still be on here, so you should be really proud of her, because she's amazing. And you,
Jenny, and all the family are absolutely so proud of her. Definitely so proud. Yeah, very much so. So we're still here.
We are still here.
Not quite sure why. So this is live shows.
Right, okay. Well, you went to say goodbye to people and you didn't. No one has.
We did.
Hi, but is there any announcements or anything, guys? Before we jump off and debrief or whatever. Anything I need to share with everyone?
No, we've just got the Life in a Lockdown Zoom that's coming up. It's the 15th of December, so you've got a few weeks to go.
Yeah.
And the Stockwood is then the weekend before on the 11th.
Cool.
So there's nothing coming up just yet. So.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. Thank you to everyone who's yet to tune in. So the people that will catch this afterwards, God bless you as well. And we'll see you guys next week for the next show with more guests. I've been Samara, this has been Cecile, and this is Shelley. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.